speaking of all of our horrible, horrible books that we've read, I've thought about this recently because we tend to like draw comparisons and ship characters with each other. So I want to try to do a English Club love interest book tier list. It turns out there are not a lot of really viable love interests in the books that we read for this podcast. Who would have thought?
That's so weird. I could swear that there have been so many.
So I have gathered 38 of the finest romantic companions in the corpus of all of our episodes, and we will go through one by one. And I try to figure out how to make this more of a live poll. Huh?
Is that Ernest Cline himself?
Yeah, that's Ernest. Oh, that's Wade Wilson. That's not Ernest Cline.
Oh, okay.
I guess it could be both because there's no difference. Let's start with a classic. Greg Onision from Reaper's Creek. Drake says lowest.
Yeah.
This is a guy who always feels like he should be changing himself somehow. He made himself 6 foot tall and blonde. So assuming that his default state is not that, and he considers that the ideal, I consider that a huge red flag.
Yeah, and he like also like dates his babysitter. Like he makes him right. Like he makes himself like an adult so that he can like date this like teenage babysitter or whatever. That's like
yes.
yeah.
Like
what are we even talking about right now?
He's
like,
the guy who did eugenics. Okay, all right. No, Greg Onision. I guess that will count for all of our.
Did you make a separate Greg for the other?
They're all the same Greg. You know they're all the same Greg. Come on.
Oh yeah. I was just wondering if I was gonna need to relitigate this later.
Let's do a funner one.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do our favorite man, Oro. So, God, I wish life hadn't attacked me because on God, wallahi, I have turned 180 degrees on Team Oro. I am 100% unironically. I really liked him as a love interest in Nightbane. The grafted, modeled flesh sloughed off of him, and all that was left is a cute boy. So I want to cheat a little bit. I want to take a little bit of Nightbane into consideration. But let's start with Lightlark. So in Lightlark,
he's really mean. Like he's
really
just
mean.
So not nice to Isla.
And he's also extremely old.
Yeah. However, he is the Lord of all that is golden. So,
he is the Lord of all that is gold. He's powerful. He's rich. But those are also bad things. You know, if he's...
Yeah. I feel like he's like really middle of the road. Like he is not dateable, but the narrative is so insistent that he's a pretender that it's like I'm like okay, I'll give you a C. Like just leave me alone. I don't know.
I'm really torn about this because I don't want to spoil too much about Nightbane, but he's very kind. He becomes very concerned about Isla's mental health and makes like some very difficult decisions to be nice.
He becomes the thing that like internet nice guys are like mad
think
about.
They are. Yeah.
Mad about.
Yeah.
But he's like, which is to say he's very unproblematic.
All right. I think what this is going to end up is a really high B.
Okay. I thoroughly disagree, but it's the will of the chat.
Well,
so
you think he would be A?
No, I think he'd be like C, like I said.
What?
Maybe
No,
B,
okay.
maybe,
no, you're wrong.
maybe
There's no way he's a C. At least dateable.
He's not adjacent to Greg Onisi on YouTube, and by putting him in C right now, they would be literally touching, so I'm happy with him where he is.
Split the middle. Yeah, okay, we'll split the middle. All right. Let's see who's next. Let's keep going with the Golden Boys, and we'll do Zayden Ryerson, I think. I don't know, I can't keep these boys apart. Give me 1 second. Which one of these looks more like Zayden? Wait, okay.
Wait,
these are supposed to be
Leo?
different. These are supposed to be different. Okay, hold on. Maybe the file name is still there? Oh, no. Hold on.
Wait, who is the other option?
It's either Zayden or Dane. I can't keep them straight. Okay. I'm so sorry. Hold on. Okay, so this is Dane Itos. Okay, I'm right.
Okay.
This, okay.
Dane Itos is a brown-haired name for sure.
Xaden Ryerson from Fourth Wing. Let's see, anything else about him? He wants to kill her for most of the novel. Kind of a red flag, unless, like, you're into that kind of thing.
Yeah, he did actually want to kill her, didn't he?
Yeah, or, well, he always said it. He never, like, actually went, like, did anything to her.
Yeah. I feel like him being actually attractive and being a giving lover is good. But like his personality is like a 0. So I'm not really sure how to square that.
Boring, but also problematic, says Drake says. Perhaps. I don't know. I'm really hemming and hawing on this one because I only remember my half, really. I remember what you told me about the second half. And I remember when the dragon heat mind meld thing came up. Xaden was very good about not giving in to temptations, which is another thing kind of Oro did, which I'm a sucker for that. I'm a sucker for like not doing things that are mean and bad.
He did do that. At the same time, though, I feel like that was also kind of a power play. Like it was sort of like let's let the tension build up even more. But that's a little bit subtextual. So I would be willing to give him credit for that.
Okay. So we're really not thrilled about this guy, but he's not ultimately the worst.
He's definitely worse than Oro.
We'll put him at the bottom. I'm making an executive decision that Onision is going on the bottom of our datability tier list. You guys just have to deal with it. All right, he's a D. Not completely undateable, but not my first instinct. Since not a lot of people seem to remember the Fourth Wing characters, let's get them out of the way.
Dane is definitely not above Xaden. I feel like he just popped
he goes right under. He's not even like. There's a couple flirty comments that like I would say to a platonic friend, not like as a joke. And
him as a love interest is so transparently like obligatory. Like there has to be a love triangle, so he has to be there. But it is not convincing.
No, I don't like him.
And he's just not nice.
Yeah.
He's not nice to her. And like that's for me, that's one of the worst things that like a love interest can be. It's just like kind of casually mean. Like, how am I supposed to believe that they're going to date if they don't even like each other?
Doesn't he screw her over like pretty significantly in like life-threatening ways beyond what Xaden even did?
Yeah, towards the end.
Yeah, sell her out.
It was so long, but yeah, he like sells her out.
So
get that guy out of here.
Get that guy out of here. You're going above Onision, but still not as bad. Okay.
Who is this Shinji-looking guy in the middle row?
This is Steve from Empress Theresa. This is just... I just looked up stock image of man, and I superimposed it over Empress Theresa, so we remember the context behind that.
Perfect.
The problem with Empress Theresa characters is that they are sexless entities in my head, not just Prime Minister Blair. He likes physics.
Yep.
Okay, things about Steve.
He's a dedicated husband. He doesn't like, he's not bothered by her powers. Like, he doesn't let it come between them. You know, he's not jealous.
Okay, that's good. Yeah. There's not a lot of cruelty there. He pretty much...
He's a little passive.
He's a little passive. But is he passive or is he supportive? We don't really get a lot of insight into him.
Yeah, his interior world is a total mystery to us.
So
does he have any kind of character arc, really?
He gets better at physics progressively as Teresa does more. Yeah, he's S tier.
Okay.
So let's be fair here. If I were a godlike entity with the ability to change the world on a whim, I would want someone who isn't bothered by my authority, doesn't challenge it, and knows a little bit about physics. So when I start harvesting the sun and creating a new Israel, I can rest assured knowing that my husband has it all figured out. Slightly more personality than a body pillow, Lixtades. That's exactly right. So at least we know that we're working on a pretty good scale here. Okay, let's knock out Fourth Wing, because I don't care about any of these people at all. Violet Soren Guile.
No.
Yeah,
bottom.
She's pretty low. She's not Onision bad, but like, if we had our first kiss and she said something like "kissing for the win," I think I would break up with her right there.
Oh no.
It's nothing. It's
A
just the
fate worse than
millennialisms,
death to hear
right?
those words after kissing someone.
Right.
Oh man.
Positive
Vomit is
thinking
sending me
for the
into an
win.
absolute tailspin.
Break up after vomiting, yes.
Oh man.
She's dedicated. She is smart. We like smart people here at the English Club. I keep
She has
thinking about for the
hobbies,
win.
which
She has
is
hobbies. Okay, yeah.
She does forget about them, like, for the entire book, but, like, the fact that she is into herbology, she likes to read, those are cool things. She poisons people with oranges.
I forgot about the relationship buff from the dragons. I want to veto that because that's really gross, and I don't want to think about a dragon influencing my romantic feelings for someone else. But that is a good point. If anything, that's a detriment to the dateability factor, because then, like, am I going to be able to trust my own feelings?
True. But also having a dragon, I feel like that makes someone kind of dateable. Like, what if just they have a dragon? So then you have access to their dragon for, like, writing and stuff.
If it's just they have a dragon, okay. Okay, I'm coming around. She's vacillating from super low to not very low, but she's not doing it for me. I'm sorry, chat.
Maybe
if there
we
are
should
any
put her on the same tier as Xaden, and then they can be together, and we can just sort of forget about
Aww. Yeah, wait.
pointing them off in their own little tier.
We'll put her. Can I do okay? Good. Onision, I'm trying to arrange them in like a. Okay. Xaden or Dane or whoever it was, he gets a raise, so I can put them together, and it looks kind of cute, like little dollies. Yes, Drake sis, it is very weird how so many characters on this list can control your mind and make you love them. I do think that's a little bit not great. We won't dwell on
I know
that.
we don't want to talk about Nightbane too much, but that does make me sort of reconsider how I feel about Oro, potentially.
Well, and speaking of Nightbane, let's do Grim.
Let's do it.
Grim is low. Grim is incredibly low, and even just keeping everything purely in Lightlark, he is creepy. He is simultaneously having a mind-washing experiences with her periodically that she doesn't realize until the very end. He's not good.
No.
Restraining order. Yes, Luxtatius. So I don't like him very much at all, but I'm willing to be swayed by anyone with an opinion.
Dude, he's just like a murderer. Like, he's just like a mean, creepy stalker murderer. Like, there's nothing about him that's even remotely dateable.
Psychologically ruffles. Not Ruffles. Not Ruffles. We're going to put him... He's over there. This whole thing is going to be full of everyone. All right.
This is going to be like a little pyramid by the end.
Yeah, this is getting too real. So, Dinosaurs.
Just the concept of dinosaurs?
The concept of dinosaurs has appeared multiple times in the English Club canon, in Noah and in Nova's playlist. So, I think that of the dinosaurs that we've encountered, they've always been associated with very positive or pastoral places.
Yeah, I would say so. If we're counting the dragons too, big lizards,
we can count the dragons.
Very romantic. They seem very nice.
Mm-hmm. And if you were dating a Brachiosaurus, for instance, the Brachiosaurus could carry you through hell, a realm in which you are not allowed to speak Japanese implicitly.
That's correct. You may not.
So yeah, I'm feeling A. I'm feeling a good A. Not quite S, because that's Steve's territory. Let's be real here.
That's for Steve.
S for Steve. But Velociraptor, this is where you go, buddy. So let's see about Nova's playlist. This is Altair. This is my representation of Altair from the end of Nova's playlist. He was the guy who apparently drank his mother's blood drank Avril's blood in the real world, but it still isn't the real world because there are superheroes there.
Yeah. Oh, right, that guy. Wow, I literally did forget about that guy.
Come on, you have no excuse. If chat forgets this guy, I'm not mad at chat. I'm mad at you for not remembering Altair, my good friend
So
and
sorry.
student.
Oh, he was he her wait, he was Lydia's coworker, right?
Yes, he was Lydia's coworker.
Okay. Right, and he drove with her to the lighthouse?
Yes, drove with her to the
He
lighthouse.
did he turn out to be Batman?
No,
Night
he was
Stalker?
not Batman.
Okay. He was the other guy.
There's the other guy. So there's a lot of rumors about him, but what we've seen is he's pretty supportive. He went to go get groceries when they went to the lighthouse.
Yeah. Um, he's like a human man.
Okay, that's
He
good
can't
enough.
control your mind as far as we know.
He can't control your mind. He's a good C. Okay, so we don't fully know him yet, but we don't consider him completely undateable.
C with room for promotion. There's
C,
advancement
you can come up here
options.
with
Um,
All right, let's keep going with the obscure Novus playlist characters because I think this is really funny.
yeah, let's do another one.
Neilleal the Kindred.
Oh,
So
S. Easy S.
So for anyone who doesn't remember, which probably is all of you, I'm just laughing thinking about this again. In the end, towards the end of Nova's playlist, around the climax or something, there is an Avengers Endgame style final boss fight with all of the characters that Nova has been friends with through all of these arcs, and it's just like, oh, here's the cop from the cop arc. Here's Fletcher from the Wild West arc, and here is Neilleal the Kindred.
A character
Which is
that
not-
the book insists we have met, but he only exists in this one scene, and I don't think anybody even talks to him. So like,
No, I'm on my phone right now because I want to see if I can find if there's anywhere else that Neilleal is mentioned. Okay, so he's a guy. That's a surprising endorsement. We're getting a lot of S's. I 100% agree that Neilleal is the one for us. I just want to.
Neilleal the Kindred is just such a cool name too. Like I feel like he's probably really cool.
According to.
No, Serene, not joke S tier. This is
serious.
definitely serious. This is so serious. Right
According to a quick Kindle search, Neilleal is introduced 2 times. Both are in the sequence.
He does show up once before?
No, the word Neilleal is used twice. Sorry, that was misleading. The word Neilleal is used twice, and they are both in that scene. So he comes and goes. He's a wizard. That's all we need to know. That's instant S tier.
Yeah. I imagined him as being kind of like non-human. I don't know why. I was imagining like a guy with like a staff,
Yeah,
and kind of like martial arts robes. And I feel like, I don't know, something about Kindred makes me think that like he's not human. Because if he was human kin, then he wouldn't be the Kindred. We would already know he was Kindred. So he's Kindred of something else, which I find extremely intriguing.
He's Neilleal the other kin.
Yeah, he's another kin. He's a furry.
How about,
of all the books we've read, I think a furry character would be most at home in Nova's playlist. Just like
I guess so.
A person that is a furry. Nothing weird about it, like they're just a furry.
Let's see. Let's get an easy one out of the way. Julia from Reaper's Creek. Bye, Julia. You're going away now.
Just what he would have wanted. Andrew, we're playing right into
Oh,
his hand.
no. Okay, all right. You go up to D. You go to D to keep her safe. Owl Freak, I do agree with you, but for the purposes of protecting this woman. All right. Let's go down the Nova's playlist a little bit more so we can get these guys off the board. Night Stalker. This is a guy who controls zombies to fight gangs in LA.
Yeah, he fights all those gang age kids that Ben Shapiro's so worried
The ones
about.
that Ben Shapiro were worried about. So
I hate the name Night Stalker to an unspeakable degree. It's giving me the ick.
Yeah, I don't like the name Night Stalker. I don't like necromancy. Not doing it for me. I'm sorry if anyone's in chat.
I don't like the goes into urban places and fights gangs vibes. That seems loaded.
Loaded. Very, very loaded. But the thing is, though, and this is kind of speculation, he has to have some sort of je ne sais quoi, because Lydia, the second time they meet, passionately makes out with him in front of her other two love interests.
True.
So, I don't know what it is.
Is that the moment when he says, I talk to ghosts?
Yes, ghosts tell me things. What was the line? My father became president of the underworld when he married a banshee. Like, so he has funny things to say. He has some magnetism to him naturally, but ultimately the undead thing, the gang thing, it doesn't do it for me. But I think I could change him. Let's put him up here.
I think he has the autistic riz.
He's got the autistic riz,
but he uses it for evil. So,
let's see. Let's do a poetry one so you can feel more represented. Jordan Peterson the man, the real life mailman.
I don't know. It's looking like he might cozy up next to Greg down there. He's scary to me. Like,
he's scary
as a force that controls a certain fan base. His ability to like really manipulate people through psychobabble is concerning to me.
Okay. All right, so he's manipulative. That's a form of mind control. He goes down to the Greg tier.
Yeah. Sorry, Jordan Peterson.
Hi, Hunter.
Keep writing poetry, though. I love talking about it.
Okay, so going along that line, here is the abstract concept of beauty as seen in cathedrals.
Abstract concept of beauty. Oh yeah, they're the perfect balance of light and structure, in fact. And I don't know that you can get more beautiful than that.
Seems really good on the surface. I am worried about, what lurks under it in terms of the classism that comes with that.
Yeah. Frankly, who has the time?
I would
sit there and admire all that.
Mm-hmm. I would kiss a stained glass window, though.
Yeah, I probably would too. I bet it would feel really cool to the touch.
Yeah.
On a hot summer day too. I bet that'd be very refreshing.
Okay. Okay, so I'll put this.
Can provide you shelter.
Oh man, he's up there with Oro. He has all the same problems that Oro has, so I'm gonna put him with there. I think it would be a good S tier.
So true.
But like on the surface, it's golden. It's very nice and pretty, and it can give you shelter. But there's something wrong deep within it. Can't mind control you. That's a good point. But there's something wrong way below the surface that you're like, wait a second, this isn't right. This isn't good. So that's where he goes.
Something about the fact that it came to be is unsettling.
I can't remember who some of these people are. Prime Minister Blair. This is the closest thing I could find to Plato's allegory of the cave, but for British people.
Perfect. I think that was him. I'm pretty sure I remember the sunglasses being part of the plot.
Yeah. That's what he was wearing when he was singing the James Bond theme song. Yeah.
Man. Well, he's up to date on the current pop culture. James Bond. Something. James Bond is so relevant.
Okay, wait. Anna Lectis mentioned something. He's goofy. Pause. But he's also goofy neg. You know what I mean?
He's goofy, but is he goofy at the right time?
No, never. There's no right time to be goofy in Empress Teresa.
Yeah, there's like real geopolitical stuff going on, and he's being a little silly guy, kind of being a goober. I don't know if I like that. It seems irresponsible.
But he's not malicious in the ways that some people are. Let me look at this relatively.
Anything bad in the whole book?
No, he never really does anything bad. Well, other than I guess implicitly support Teresa, who does not good things. He is a bad leader. I would not trust him with nuclear weapons. Okay, I was gonna put him up in A, but he's slipping.
Yeah. He feels about as dateable as Oro to me.
Okay. I can get behind that.
He feels more dateable than Altair.
Oh, no, he's a politician. Sorry. Okay, Owl Freak completely changed my mind. You're down here with the nobodies. Moving on. Who are these anime boys?
Is that a Light Yagami?
It might be. I'm trying to remember who was this guy. I gotta go back to my folder. Okay, we can knock this one out. Vincent Chevalier from Nova's playlist. I'm going straight to bottom with Jordan and Onision for some very specific reasons. For anyone who recalls our billion-hour-long video that we did on this book, he is really gross. He kidnaps her 3 times?
Yeah.
3 times. Literally on paper kidnaps. But then again, it's not like Avril cares about any of this, so he's not doing material harm to her, I suppose.
I guess, but for me, it's the time when he allows that merchant to like sell her into slavery when he had every opportunity to prevent that.
He has time travel powers. He has god powers. He has all kinds of magic powers.
He's just magic. I mean, he could have just like killed the guy with magic. He didn't even have to time travel. You know, he could have just blasted him with a beam.
It's 3 too many times. It's 3 too many times. He's down there with the pests. Sorry, guys. Let's keep going. I was just listening to the Nova's playlist recently. This is Avril, our peasant. I have a controversial opinion about her.
Okay.
I think she is pretty dateable for the reason that she is down for whatever. The situations that she gets put into, she accepts it like it's that. Like, so, like, especially, like, if I were more transient in life and maybe we had to move around a lot, I wouldn't be afraid because I know that whenever this girl gets into a new situation, that is her life, and she's 100% okay with it.
That's a good point. She is extremely adaptable.
She is boring. She's very, very boring.
She's boring, and she's... I don't know. I wouldn't feel good dating her. Like, I feel like she needs to figure herself out first. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She feels kind of unformed.
She feels kind of unformed. That's a poet thing to say. Yeah, I suppose you're right. But I'm just thinking, like, what do I value in someone I date? And I think it would be ability to tolerate bullshitting. But yeah, there's too much against her. She
does speak Japanese though. That's cool.
If you're into that kind of thing, I don't know. She does. Okay. Well, she's got her earrings. Okay. No, I want her for her earrings. She's in B, making the executive decision. Hey, Drake sis, we are all just antic clay, or war is not holy. Let's get these...
Tongue and Dorner triple threat. Get them out of the
way. Tongue and Dorner triple threat. Let's go. All right. Let's start with an easy one. Let's do Dorner.
He is the worst. He's a total narcissist, complete manipulator. He literally absorbs his love interest into his brain so that she can become a part of him, like subject to him, literally and metaphorically, which is extremely uncomfortable. Yeah, get him out of here.
So, okay, wait. Let's dwell on this for 1 second if you can tolerate it. Is he on pest level?
I think the way that he literally robs Rin of her identity is like ODC on tier. I mean, she's like a neurosurgeon. She's like the best neurosurgeon in the future world. And then he's like, actually, you belong in my brain tumor forever.
Okay. Yeah, your argument has swayed me. That's it. Goodbye. The best neurosurgeon in the world, Rin.
Very dateable.
Very dateable. I agree, and I probably should have used my argument here that I used for Avril. She is down for anything.
Yeah.
Like, you tell her, like, oh, I have a brain tumor that controls my thoughts and has erected a statue to your mother in my hall of women that I find sexy. And she's just like, all right, babe, let's get it out. And
Yeah.
but then again, okay, wait. It horseshoes around to being bad because I wouldn't want someone with that lack of sense of self.
I'm thinking Rin before Dorner gets his like hands on her is like she's like top tier because
Okay.
she's like assured of herself. She's down for whatever, but she's also like, we're gonna figure this out though, you know.
Yeah.
Like early book Rin would see, you've erected a statue of my mother in your mind palace of dateable women. I'm gonna help you change that because that's not cool. But then once she's been like weakened by him messing with her for the whole book, she's like a little bit less certain, which I mean, it's not her fault at all. So I think that we should take her at her best and say she's very dateable.
I agree. Okay, so with the asterisk that this is pre-Dorner Rin, I do think she would be up here with Neilleal and Steve in terms of like legitimately has things going for her.
Yeah, she's just like a good, accomplished person.
All right.
And like person too.
Yeah. She I mean she's got the brains and that's important.
Hung.
Let's look at Tong, our our circle of a woman. Bad, but I don't think pest bad. Well, no, pest bad is true because she murders everyone.
He
Crap.
does kill the whole world.
Oh, that's a real
Why
head
is she a white
scratcher.
circle?
Because like I don't know, she was a growth. How do you represent a growth?
That's true. We really don't even know that much about her, even by the end, except that she's just like this vengeful, wrathful force.
Which is kind of attractive.
Yeah.
She murders everyone and causes a firestorm that destroys the world as we know it, but she has a really interesting vocabulary. And I like a girl who can spin some words. But I wouldn't like it if all of my friends and family were murdered. So
Yeah.
I find myself scratching my head.
Yeah, and doesn't she like possess everybody at that party at that one point and like
Oh,
make everyone
yeah,
talk
okay.
in her voice?
Mind control is icky. Instant pest mode. All right. Let's get a good one. Talk about pests.
Too possessive. Yeah, you got that right, Alfreak.
Sonic High School versus Sonic the Hedgehog. He's really, really low.
Okay.
He is insensitive. He is crass. He is rude. I don't know whether or not to operate on the world's rules because in the world of Sonic High School, he is a very successful and attractive person. But he's also very funny, but in like ways that reflect badly on him. My favorite line in that entire story is he's on the phone with Amy. Amy's like, "Oh, I'm so stressed right now," and Sonic is like, "That sucks. Do you want to have sex later?" And Amy's like, "I just really can't right now. I'm so stressed out." And he says, and I quote, "Dang," and then hangs up the phone, which I thought was pretty funny.
Sonic's famous catchphrase, "Dang."
Oh, and he does have a weird medical condition.
Being blue or going really fast?
He has a groinal disease that if you come into physical contact with it, it will kill you and then spread and then kill more people. It could kill everyone if left unchecked. So, he's going
falling down the ranks.
Yeah, he's going down there. Sorry, Sonic. And Amy, much in the same way. I don't like Amy. Amy kind of grosses me out in that Sonic story. And it's kind of the other side of the Avril and Rin thing. She's down for like way too much. Sonic is very cruel to her constantly, and she just accepts it and acts like he's the most important and kind and amazing person in the world.
That's a bummer. Yeah.
In so doing, she is a victim. So I don't think she goes in the sex pest tier. I think she should be up here with in the woman protection zone. All right. Let's do another triple threat.
All right.
Your favorite?
Could it be?
Yeah, it's time. It's time for your true husband. This is Jackson from Handbook for Mortals.
Is this real, chat? Chat, is this real?
This is real. This is the real picture of Jackson, procured from Lanny Sarum herself. No, it's not. I found stock footage. This might be Ed Sheeran, but I don't know.
It looks like Ed Sheeran.
So, what do you think about Jackson, Jay?
Yeah, he's the most dateable man we've ever encountered in a book. What is there to say about him?
That might not be an untrue statement. Looking at our competition.
He's a singer-songwriter. He's charming. He's nice. He's cute. He's friendly. He's harmless.
He's harmless.
I don't know.
No, Analectus, the jealous one is Mac. This guy, he's just in a band, and he's cute. That's really all we know about him.
He's just there.
He's just there. And you know what? Sometimes you need a man who's just there for you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's in Velociraptor territory. I don't know what you guys think.
Yeah.
I'm getting.
There's definitely room for
vibes.
Improvement. So he's not top tier, but
he's not. He's almost an S tier, but he doesn't transcend the A tier for me. So that's why I have to go back on that. So, and speaking of the creepy one who was controlling and mean, here is Mac. So, yeah, Mac we're a little bit less thrilled by. My opinion about him is different from the time that we recorded the episode to when we talked to Lanny. Because her response to our criticism that he was kind of weird and he only started being nice to her after seeing her in a state of undress, she was like, well, if you're in a theater, being in a state of undress isn't really a big deal because it happens all the time when you're changing costumes. Mm-hmm. Which I don't think really justifies it, but it's at least a cogent argument.
That's not wrong, but like contextually in the novel, he wouldn't have been having to sneak around to see her undressed if he was just going to see her undressed, you know? Like,
no,
if it was going to be normal, he would have done it under normal circumstances. Like, surely there are times when they see each other undressed, but like that wasn't one of them where he wouldn't have had to have been sneaking.
Mm-hmm. I see what you mean. But we can't forget at the very end, he's put into a pretty awkward position where he has to stab Zaid in the heart to save Zaid's life.
Sure. He does do it.
And he does it, and that's hard. I have a soft spot for characters, especially romantically, who make choices that aren't gushy, but for the right reasons ultimately. So that really made me feel a little bit better about him. But yeah, he's just too mean, and he's too controlling and bad.
I feel like in a lot of the scenes, he just seems like a very normal kind of bad boyfriend.
Yeah, normal bad boyfriend. So, are you feeling like C? But he's not a pest.
Yeah.
I'm seeing some C. Therapy might work for him. I agree. I think if this guy learned hey, your actions have consequences on other people's emotions, that would be good. And we know that deep down he's a good person because, again, he does things that are uncomfortable for Zaid. So he deserves credit for that. But ultimately, I cannot say that he's more dateable than Prime Minister Blair or Night Stalker. All right. Moving on to the last in our triple threat.
Zaid.
Scheherazade. What was Zaid's last name?
Ooh, I don't know. I could pull out my copy of the book and see.
Scheherazade Holder.
Here it is, my signed copy.
Ooh, I have that. I have that framed.
Check this out.
I think it's Zaid Holder.
Is it actually?
I don't know. Zaid, I don't trust. I feel like if I could never drink lemonade around her, how is that word for word exactly what I was going to say, Drake sis?
Someone was going to say it.
Someone was going to say it. I feel like if I pissed her off even like a little bit, like if I not even like something bad, like if I didn't hold the door open for her, she would cause great bodily harm with dark magic against me, or ride a bike.
Or chaos magic even.
Yeah, chaos magic, that's the word. I don't trust her.
I don't trust her either. Could it be Spellman? Zaid Spellman.
Well, I guess it is now. Zaid Spellman. Um, I couldn't. Let's see. I got now that we're filling out. I need to see where we are. She's abusive, but in denial about it. I don't have magic powers, unfortunately, so she would have a lot of power in the relationship, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. But couple that with the fact that she explodes vats of lemonades and makes motorcycles flip over. I feel like that's just a powder keg of bad waiting to happen.
However, and this might change your mind, so really listen close. She knows Carrot Top, so she's very well connected. Carrot Top can get a lot of things done in this town. That's a networking opportunity that shouldn't be cast aside.
Oh my god. I can't wait to see this guy in a Handbook for Mortals. A magical grenade, and you can't put the pin back in. She is teetering.
She also does randomly attract people trying to kill her, like Xander said.
Yeah, she's teetering off the edge of D. I don't think she's... I can't look at Zaid Spellman in the eye and say, you are on the tier of Onision and Jordan Peterson. but I don't think she's too far for her own reasons. Really,
is she worse than Mac? I don't know if she is, in my mind at least.
So, call me a bleeding heart feminist, but I'm really big on consent. As far as I remember, Zaid never peep showed on anyone. So that's what separates Mac from me.
Okay.
Oh, well. Wait, but yeah. You're too high, aren't you? Hey, okay, wait, never mind. Maybe a demotion to D tier makes sense because they belong together. They're end game.
Yeah, there's no way we can make her worse than him on our tier list.
Vad Deverell, your boyfriend.
Not my boyfriend.
You're the man who pounds on your window every morning, drawing kissy faces in the condensation.
He does do that. He keeps trying to get me to read his thesis, which, as you'll recall, tracks the correlation between music and literature over time. Man, and it's 700 pages.
It's 700
yeah, so he dates his students.
Bad.
And also he owns the school, so the power imbalance there is like
horrible.
Quadruple bad. He's also not as smart as he thinks he is, which is really annoying. And he's weird, so I don't know. Is he Onision bad? Yes, frankly.
Okay. I'm okay with that. I really don't remember too much about Gothicaina because I hated it more than any other book that we've read, truly. So, yeah, sure, you go in the sex pest aisle.
That's right, Jiki says he's weird. He's a weirdo. He doesn't fit in.
He doesn't fit in.
Just like Andrew.
Yeah, just like me when it comes to book selection.
He's just like you for real.
Brett Hawthorne, the American hero in True Allegiance.
He's a big man. No, wait, that's
another one. Well, he's also a big man, but it's not as the same.
He's what is he, like a colonel?
I don't know, a general, army
general,
stuff.
that's what it is.
Not a pogue.
I don't know. He's like a reckless, like, meathead? I don't like. Yeah. I don't think he does anything that's like reprehensible that I can remember.
Yeah, I don't feel too strongly about him. I don't like him.
I guess he is racist, right? Like he's like kind of racist and like probably Islamophobic too.
Oh, well,
I mean, I guess like by being part of this book, like by being the main character of this book, I feel like he is, but
no, he was friends with a Muslim. Well, that's a good. Never mind. That's an argument you hear.
Yeah, let's
cut that part out. Cut that part out. Yeah, no, I don't like him. I don't like him. He represents the U.S. military-industrial complex. So
yeah, if Blair gets flack for being a politician, this guy better get just as much flack,
and a little bit more because, well,
he actively goes out and kills people. Which
D, not a pest, is kind of the best way to put it. All right. And his lovely wife, Elaine. Hold on, I wrote this down. It's Ellen.
Ellen.
Ellen Hawthorne.
Take a bullet for you, babe.
Take a bullet for you. I drew her picture because I don't remember what she looked like, and this is just the platonic ideal of Ellen Hawthorne in my head.
She would take a bullet for you, however, she also does work for the Texas governor.
Also, not to get political, I'm going to go out and say it. If I were dating someone who the federal government considered a threat to national security, that would be the hottest thing in the world.
That's pretty cool.
I don't remember too much else about her, but I was just like, wow, if the government was that scared of my wife, I would be house husband of the year. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I feel you.
I don't know if that makes her very... Yeah, that's what I was saying. I don't know if there's too much else.
Imperial agent.
Right, she is an Imperial agent, bad. But she's a scary one, so good. I think we know she's conventionally attractive, so that's good.
Mm-hmm. Despite being an enemy of the state, sort of, I guess, kind of, she's dedicated to her husband.
She's dedicated to her husband. And dedication in this cruel world of awful love interests that we live in. I'm feeling B. I'm feeling B because the theme with B has been good on the surface, but has something under the surface that you're not really okay with. Definitely better than Brett. Definitely better than Night Stalker. I'll put her above Oro if we're reading it from left to right.
I'm comfortable with that.
I'm comfortable with that. All of these characters are so awful. I don't like relitigating this. This is I kind of think she's better than Blair Owl Freak. I gotta catch up with Chad. I've been dedicated to a bad person is bad.
Is this Lydia Gamer?
This is Lydia Gamer. This is like the official art from from the website. So I think she is. I'm gonna try to put her straight into D. She's fine. She's a gamer, which is bad. Okay, she is completely uninterested in the death of her parents, which is also bad. Not a lot going for this girl.
She's kind of boring, like in all of her dialogue interactions, even with the other like kids at her gamer school. She's just like, yes, this is how I figured it out. And it's like, all right. Good for you.
Yeah. I mean, she's going straight to D. It is a PlayStation control. I think it's just like more AI art. I'm positive that a human didn't make this, but at least it's better than like the hair teeth in the cover of the book. So I don't know why she didn't go with something like this.
Yeah, it's like kind of at least interesting. The too many layers is sort of cool to look at.
Yeah,
kind of makes it seem like the controller is summoning her and she's the controller's persona.
The controller's persona.
Or like she's a ghost that's possessing it.
Oh crap, I didn't get her. Oh well. Corvina, what was her last name?
Clem.
Clem. Corvina Clem. I don't like her.
I don't like her, but she's also a victim, so I don't want to like be too
okay,
her.
you're right.
I think she's like a victim throughout the entire thing. So as much as she sucks, like, I don't know.
Yeah, it could be worse. It could be way worse with
Corvina
her.
Clem is the main character of Gothicaina. People in chat that are asking.
She seems like she's going straight to C.
Yeah. I think chat's right on this one. The forgettability means that she's not so egregiously bad that she deserves to be in D.
So this is kind of a double feature in and of itself. Let's see how Ernest Klein / Wade Watts, not Wade Wilson, Wade Watts, how he stacks up.
Oh man,
I think
that's a nerd porn auteur right there.
This might be controversial, but he's a bad tier in a way that is almost worse than Onision. in a way.
Hmm.
And I don't mean that in terms of objectivity. What I mean is Onision, Jordan Peterson, Vincent, they are very scary. This guy is a wolf in sheep's clothing. He is wearing all of these trappings of someone who is a lot better than he is. And the second you look at him, it's worse. It's way worse deep within.
Like he writes about in his own poetry, actually, he's learned to cloak himself with this veil of normalcy. But Andrew, I fear the geek wants out. And once he's out, there's no putting him back in.
Oh my god. That was a good video. Too bad it was dedicated to this poetry. Yeah, no, you're going all the way to the bottom. But here's Artemis.
Yes, and Katsy, he is a nice guy, TM.
Yeah, nice guy TM. Artemis, let's see. Gamer slash neg.
Art 3 miss.
Art 3 miss. Uses leet speak slash neg. What else about her? Oh, it's the same thing with Violet. She's probably right with Violet because if you kiss her, she would be like, "Ooh, that was chaotic neutral, baby." You know what I mean? Like, it's
Yes.
right up there with For the Win.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't take that risk.
Yeah.
I don't know, and there's nothing like wrong with her. Did she do anything crazy in the second half? This was another one of our half and halves.
No, she's barely in it, except for when they like immediately make up for having fought, and then they kiss a couple times.
Okay, this is a your mileage may vary moment. I'm sure there is someone here who can say, "Oh, you're so chaotic neutral, baby," and have that not be the end of a relationship in vomit and blood. That person is not me, but they're out there. Let's see how she stacks up. So
She's like if somebody was like, who is it? Semantic Dragon said Manic Pixie Dream Girl template. I feel like that's true. Like she's like someone who's like trying to do a Manic Pixie Dream Girl, and it's not working. So,
she's teetering at like a really high D or a really low C.
sure.
I want to keep our girl bosses together. How did we put Corvina in front of these people? No, she's down here. Final decision.
All right.
Damn.
So shall it be?
So shall it be. This is too much. Let's go classic pairing. What's his name? Waters? Rivers. Jake Rivers.
Jake Rivers, a big man with big hands.
Big man, big hands. Wants his uncle to call him Stallion. That's not good. I would not
bad,
think
yeah.
that's good. But he is Chad Rivers. So that does even out. I do like Chads.
He does save people from actual terrorists at great risk of personal harm or death.
Oh, he does do that. Wait, I'm coming back around to him.
His motivations, quite bad, I would say. But his actions, necessary.
Yeah. He complains about liberals a lot. And I don't want to put a stake on either side, but I feel like someone who's that preoccupied with a group of people that he's made up to be mad at, I feel like that's a sign of some pretty serious problems.
Anger, period. Like anger that you just hold on to.
And he also was in the military, which is inadvisable.
He comes from old money, which I don't love.
He comes from old money. One can't control that. But he is not conscious of it.
Whether or not he can control it, I don't find it very dateable. In his case.
It's very rich from him how much he complains about the other Kelton College kids for being rich and spoiled when his grandfather has hundreds of acres estate. He would unironically post the boys with time machine, girls with time machine.
And And the boys with time machine would always be going back to the Roman Empire, World War II, and the Civil War.
Yes, God. Kind of a hypocrite. Okay, this guy's been jumping up and down the board in my head. All right, let me start thinking about who he's better than. He's better than Mac. We can anchor ourselves there. I would rather date him than Mac. He's better than Grimm. Grimm I need to put on the way over here.
Okay, so it's left to right in terms of...
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, the closer they are to the left, the better they are.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like he's worse than Violet.
He's worse than Violet. Okay, so we'll start there. Is he better than the two Fourth Wing boys?
They're all agents of the state, so it's like, I don't know, they're all about the same. They're all military brats.
I'm going to put him in between Violet and the Fourth Wing boys to keep her safe. Because I feel like... So he is a member of the military-industrial complex. But he's like one of those, like... I don't know, like libertarian people where he just kind of did it as like more of a statement of manliness than actual patriotism. So again, he does physically risk himself to save her, which is expressly not something that Dane Itos would have done.
Absolutely not. He certainly would not.
Someone said that Zayd is better than Jake. I disagree. I think they're really close to each other, but it kind of evens right out.
I don't think Zayd would try to save the school from terrorists, but I kind of feel like she wouldn't.
She would do it, but in like a very misguided way, and the narrative wouldn't be conscious of that it was misguided.
But isn't that exactly what Jake Rivers does? Because he's not doing it to save the liberals. Like, if he's saving the liberals, it's only to prove to them that he's better than them.
Okay. They're next to each other. Okay, fine. The girls are going to be defended by Jake Rivers from the boys.
Nice. I like this.
Okay.
We got a little playground fight going on.
Yeah, a little playground fight. Let's add another girl to the mix. Lucy. Or whatever her real name was, or whichever ones.
No.
The love interest from Trigger Warning.
Okay, I'm being so real right now. Was there a love interest in Trigger Warning?
Yes, they went on a date. They
Oh right.
She was a double agent.
Yes. Okay.
I can't believe this was our second episode. This is like should be a core memory. Should be a core memory for you.
No, this one, it doesn't stand out to me that much, I have to say.
Okay, well, I remember her. I'll jog your memory.
Yeah.
So, if you can't tell, because I'm a content creator and routinely shout into the void, I like talking. Lucy is a very good listener, possibly to a detriment, but she is a good listener. We'll give her that. However, I would not like it if my girlfriend were actually a double agent who wanted to kill me. I think that would be not very good.
Hot take.
Let's see.
Thank you, Serene, for supporting me. I'm allowed to forget one of the 700 characters that we've read about so far on the show. I feel like it's only fair.
Serene is allowed to. You are not, Jay. Oh, Lucy. I kind of want to put her on in the girl corner, the Gorner. The Rintung Gorner. Because she's not down for whatever. She's not decent, but mid.
I think Drakesis makes a good point. If you aren't Jake Rivers, she wouldn't want to kill you or double agent you.
Oh, you're right.
Maybe she's just fine.
Okay, you know? She goes with Prime Minister Blair. I feel like Prime Minister Blair would not hurt her.
I feel like they would watch James Bond together. Wait, actually, I'm starting to ship them a little bit, I think.
Yeah, okay. Wait, yeah, because they both like spies.
They like spies. They're both politically engaged individuals. Yeah. They care about world politics.
They care about world politics. All right. I didn't want to do these because it feels heretical. So God forgive me. The secular character of Noah in Noah the Flood trilogy. What are we thinking about this guy?
Damn, his dogs are barking. Um, Noah, I don't like Noah.
You don't like Noah?
I find I find him very unpleasant.
Well,
I
he's on.
think I think that his, like you said, his yes ma'am, can I take your coat, sir
Mm,
vibe is extremely unsettling. It's disingenuous. He's like radical in a way that's like so self-assured of his beliefs, if that makes sense.
mm, but isn't being self assured of your beliefs a good thing?
Yeah, but like the beliefs that he's assured of and the way that he's assured of them, where he's just like, no, this is what God says. End of
Hmm.
conversation. Like, it's unquestioning, it's incurious. I don't know. I don't like it.
I don't like it, but I don't think it's a sign of bad or insidious intent. The way, for example, Wade Watts's
Yeah.
disingenuousness is.
Intent? Yeah, sure. Okay.
He just feels like
Uh,
a low tier man.
yeah.
He does seem nice. Hmm.
He eats too much soy.
Okay, well, I guess as a vegan, you're allowed to say that. All right. So,
M's.
secular
How do we
Imzara.
feel? Again, textually, not a child.
Right.
Feels like a child, though.
She has interests and she's intelligent.
You're actually so right. You're
She's,
actually so right.
I mean, she is a little bit immature because she lives this sheltered life, but
Yeah.
I mean, she likes drawing and she is good at her job, so she has like the analytical side and
True. Yeah, she's got business experience, but she's a painter. Uh, she likes the pterodactyl hill.
she likes dinosaurs. Okay, wait.
Yeah.
She's catapulting up in my heart. I love dinosaurs. So,
Yeah.
I think that maybe okay, the maturity thing that would be a problem. But I think we'd have enough in common between each other to start a relationship and maybe grow together as people in kind of a
Yeah.
low intensity thing.
Yeah, I think yeah, I think that's very
No,
true to her character as written.
I wouldn't be her first boyfriend, but I would be her second boyfriend.
I think her and Steven get along and have a really boring normal life together if they matched lifespans.
Aw,
That's a great point, Drixus. That's very sweet. I like
wait.
that.
I'm putting her up in S tier just so her and Steve can be together. I don't think it's their actual ranking, but I don't want to separate them.
Yeah, I'm sort of protective of this now.
Maybe A with the dinos. Okay, hold on. Let me.
Because like Steve is even Catholic, but like he's a little bit more chilled out about his religion, and I think
Yeah.
that like that would be good for both of them. I think they like the stability, the structure, but he's Steve's not as into it as Noah is.
Yeah, I got good vibes from him, Zara. Ultimately, and yeah, maybe that's because I can tolerate the stilted fakeness better than other people could. But it's kind of like Artemis. It depends on what you're looking for. So just know that you are valid.
I don't think that she's fake in the same way Noah's fake.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. All right, we're getting down to our last two. You choose, Jay. You want to do Teresa or Isla next?
Yeah, I was thinking Teresa since we've been on the subject just now.
Okay, let's do her. All right, Teresa. What was her first name? Sullivan. Teresa Sullivan, our Irish queen. Um,
This is a vintage
yeah,
Teresa.
this is a vintage Teresa. Would not date. Would not date. I don't think the Catholicism thing would be a deal breaker necessarily, but the intensity to which she is Catholic is very scary.
Hmm.
She and I don't share probably any political belief, which is
Hmm.
a huge deal breaker. Um, I'm trying to come up with some things in Empress Teresa's favor.
Yeah, I don't feel like I got much sense of her as a character throughout the book.
She's comfortable in her body. She can wear little black nothing dresses.
I don't want to take that into account because that feels like such an intervention of Norm into her character. Like that doesn't feel real to her. Gosh.
Yes, if you aren't with Teresa, it's like she could kill you. Like, talk about Zaid being a loose cannon. You piss off Teresa, and we talked about this in our episode. We were like, yeah, what if Steve wants a divorce? What if something happens where she is emotionally compromised? She stopped the wind by accident. Like, imagine what she could do on purpose when she gets her powers.
Yeah, and yet she does resist that temptation throughout the entire novel, so
I guess, but
she doesn't go rogue.
Even the things that she does intentionally, I don't really agree with. She
No, me neither.
I don't think you should raise columns of water to restart the wind, and I don't think you should force an entire country full of people to march across a land bridge where there will be airlifted from an island into a new island. Not good. Yeah, she is clearly not a very dedicated mother, because a good mother, controversial opinion, would probably name her children. Imagine you're that lawyer, right? Oh yeah, the lawyer that she ruined the life of. That was just obviously lawyers suck, but lawyers are also doing their jobs. It's not like they have personal stake in the things that they're doing. Yeah, no.
She's a really tricky one. I feel like she's ultimately just too powerful to be dateable. She doesn't feel human by the end of the book, especially not when she has all those like immortal kids.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, instant S tier.
Okay, sure. Why not? If it would make you happy.
She needs to be with Steve and Imzara. It's cute. Yeah, no, she's probably
I'm with chat. I think that she should be in a lower tier, but I know it makes Andrew very happy to see her in S tier, so I'm not going to complain.
She's with Grimm, in terms of not pest, but still probably active threat.
Oh, there's no probably there. She is literally an active threat.
But not pest.
But not a sex pest, no.
All right. This is our last
Here
one.
we are.
At the
last
end.
And least.
Last and least. Why did I do this one last? This is probably the least interesting a lot of things in our entire thing. Island Crown.
Daughter of Lark Crown.
Daughter of Lark
and
Crown.
unnamed Nightbane General.
Okay. So right off the bat, completely undateable. My petty reason is I am not learning how to say Lark Crown. I am not learning the names of anyone in this awful, awful universe. I've already watched Dora the Explorer, so I understand where all of these things are coming Okay, let's try to be charitable.
Okay. Yeah, let's think of some pros.
For someone who has gone through the amount of things that she has, she's done a lot.
Yeah.
And I do like a survivor.
Mm-hmm.
She is pretty canonically, so that's good. We like pretty people.
Wow. Okay. Just coming out as pro pretty.
I like. Okay. Analectus said, "I like women who can fence." That is also a good point. It's kind of like with Ellen. When people have like, and this isn't even just a romantic thing. If you have like a really specific niche hobby that you're really good at, I find that so attractive.
Okay.
So sword fighting is cool. Yeah, she is also really annoying. But I would follow her on Instagram to see all the crazy shit she'd rant about on her story. This sexy old man is making me find the heart of the island in purse plants today.
We're doing coffiners next week.
We're doing coffiners next week.
There's some things in Nightbane that like make me. I won't say, but like I feel like she's really trying at times in a way that I find admirable, like or I would find admirable in a real person. But she is really annoying, also.
I also want Kaki to become canon so that they can date. We've come up with an OC who represents like the neutral. So if Oro's the golden boy and Grimm is the dark bad boy, Kaki is the neutral. And I think Kaki might be a girl. Sorry, I haven't read up on the lore document that was posted recently.
Okay.
So
are you telling me that Isla Crown would take both male and female lovers like her arch rival Cleo Moonling?
Hey, we need personality traits. So what's more of a personality than the bisexual?
It's true. Isla is toxic, so that would make her a candidate for bisexuality.
Oh my god, Jay.
Within the lore.
Oh my god. Yeah, I really don't know about Isla. I really don't know about this girl. She's over. Let's put her with Grimm really quick to see how they all fit together. I think this makes sense because ultimately she's not sure about whether, like, not to go into Nightbane spoilers, she's not sure about whether to really write off Grimm. So clearly they belong together. Oro's over here being a Sigma Chad King. Is she better than Zaid, is the question.
My gut says yes.
Your gut says yes. The thing about Isla is she's so willing to other herself. And I feel like that betrays a lot of insecurity that could manifest in her using her scary powers to kill me.
True. Maybe she's below Zaid but above Jake.
Below Zaid but above Jake. Okay. I'm comfortable here. She could go into C on a good day, but I don't know. Okay, so that was all of the romantic partners, canon or otherwise, that we could think of for the English Club podcast verse. I think we made a really good decision putting Neilleal at the top. That makes complete cogent sense to me. Neilleal just radiates sex and romance in every scene that he's in, which I must stress is one, and that one scene is in the end of the thing.
Let this be a lesson to all the writers in chat. It only takes one truly memorable scene to make a character. And we will remember Neilleal the Kindred for the rest of our days. I will remember Neilleal the Kindred more than I will ever remember Dane Atos.
Right.
So,
and that's saying something. That's really saying something. I should have done a practice run on this, because when you put them all together, especially the more market fiction, the love interests are so generic.
And it is really interesting that our most financially successful books are all kind of in the middle tiers. It's all the wacko characters from the wacko books that are at the top and the bottom.
And I guess that kind of goes back to what we were saying about the mentality behind the way some of these things are published.
Yeah, I think so.
C for commercially viable.